Pull up a stool and pour yourself a pint as you're about to join three intrepid drinkers, Kevin, Justin, and Mark, as they embark on another Beertastic voyage.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the special second anniversary edition of Beertastic Voyage. My name's Kevin.
I'm Mark. And I'm Justin, and this is our special second beginning of this recording. Thanks, Mark.
Yay! And we're here with our special guest, Mr. Brian Bennet. Hey, Brian, how are you?
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me.
No, thank you for coming and joining us and sharing some of your fantastic collection.
At least I can do it.
Oh,
It's nice to have an appreciative audience.
yes.
We are
much more
definitely-
appreciative.
We are definitely appreciative of this, and we are getting ready to start appreciating some of the fantastic collection. But tell us a little bit about what your collection is, and just how you got into gathering all this stuff up.
Well, I guess it started around the year 2000, 2001. I started my cellar in '98, but it
Okay.
got out of hand when I moved into my new house in 2001, and it's kind of grown like the blob since then.
All right.
People always say, how do you get into cellaring? And I always say, buy way more beer than you can ever drink. People go, I can drink a lot of beer. I used to think the same. And
Yeah.
then I got to the point where it's like, I'm never running out of beer again.
So what's kind of the setup are you working with? Do you just have shelves in a dark corner that you stack it all up? Are you talking? Are there like four? I'm imagining there might be like 4 fridges downstairs that kind of glow with this holy light. I don't really know.
It's actually quite the opposite. It's probably a place you don't want to spend a whole lot of time down. It's a little dreary. It's very dark.
Right. There's letters.
It's just a couple of Home Depot shelves, so rickety design.
Okay.
And it was a bunch of stacked up boxes for years. And my friend Logan Perkins came in from Denver and said, we're organizing this weekend. And it's been semi-organized ever since.
All right. So when you say organized, do you keep it like kind of like, all right, here's this kind of style, or it's just like, here's in a condition that it's not going to fall all over the place?
It's usually by acquisition age.
Okay.
Oh, okay. This is the 14 collection.
Yeah, and almost everything, if it doesn't have a date on it, it's got Sharpie on the UPC code. That's how you know it came out of that
Okay. And what's kind of the most of the age range that you keep down there? Is it 3-4 years plus?
Some things can go 10 years, no problem.
Yeah, I've definitely had several bottles from you that were over 10 years old.
Yeah.
Some of them salad dressing, some of them not.
Yeah, it's that's the wonderful thing about it. It's hit and miss. You never know when you're going to get a drain pour or when you're going to get something that's going to blow the top of your head off.
Yeah, I know that I had a couple different events over the years. I've gotten a chance to try some pretty outstanding stuff that you just have magically shown up. Like I've turned around and all of a sudden you're there and you're like, here, try that. I'm like, of course, why not? I will try this.
What blows my mind is, like, I knew you brought up the Raffles Del IBM. I was unaware that the Raffles also showed up in homebrews and hand grenades, and then it just continues, like, especially there, because I don't think they were used to it. Like, people were like, what the fuck is this? Holy shit. They were, like, losing their minds, like, just, like, rifling tickets into a bag.
Good.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
I'm not showing up anywhere without beer in some form. So,
Well, like you said, if you can't get rid of it, you kind of can't buy more, right? So,
well, it's not doing anybody any good in my basement.
right.
It's when it makes its appearance in public that it starts to do its good.
So I think as much as I really want to get drinking on all these things, I think I just want to ask you one more thing of maybe 1 or 2 good rules of thumb for cellaring some stuff. Like
Yeah, so
maybe a few quick guidelines.
great, yeah. A lot of people are always worried about temperature. What do you keep it at? It's not really so much what temperature you keep it at; it's the temperature swings over a very short period of time that'll mess up your beer. So in my basement, I'm lucky enough that it doesn't usually swing more than a degree or 2 over a period of time. So in the summer, it's probably in the low 70s down there.
Right.
In the winter, it gets down to the low 60s, but it's always shifting over very slowly over time.
Right.
It's that rapid. Any place where you can keep it relatively stable temperature-wise and have the sun, you're in good shape.
There you go. Good enough for me. I mean, that's kind of I know I've tried to do that. And my collection of the 4 of us here is by far the smallest, but yeah.
I don't know, mine's dwindling just because I have so much homebrew, which is also amazing considering you brew like fucking 15 gallons of beer at a clip, like
Yeah.
double batching it. You know,
Yeah.
see, the thing is, the cellar is in Brian's basement, but his partner Don has the brewery.
Right.
And by the brewery, we mean a brewery.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
it's They're just this shy of having like a grain silo outside the house.
That would be a huge help.
Yeah, I'm sure it would be.
What is it? Don't worry, it's just 500 pounds of two-row. Don't worry.
Gravity feeds
Tom's
directly
wife
into the basement.
Tom's wife runs outside and goes, "Why is there a crane here?"
Yeah, she wouldn't be shocked by anything that shows up at that house these days.
At this point.
We just got a 50-gallon HLT that's going to be one of Don's first projects after he gets back up on his feet.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So what is the first one that we have here? What's the? I saw it's from Mannion, but the first beer that we have today is.
It's Cuvée de Yonk. Picked this up in March down at, is it Brewery?
Votary or whatever it is.
Yeah,
In Philly, Pine Street. It's always one of my favorite stops in Philly. Go score yourself some Russian River.
Yep. Pliny, if you're so inclined, even though he wouldn't be.
They didn't actually have any last time.
No?
I was there, but I certainly took home some consecration.
That's I was pissed because when I went last time I was at in Philadelphia, the Pliny was just put on to replace the consecration, and I didn't get to have it.
Oh,
I watched a guy order the consecration, and then I ordered it, and they go, "No, it's Pliny now." And that's the bitch.
yeah, they did have. How did they do that on the lines?
I don't know, but that's what I was told.
Presto Chinka. Yeah, at Monk's, I think there was maybe 6 or 7 Russian Rivers on tap when I was there. I was the last one to leave.
My wife and I are skipping our yearly trip this year. I think we're going to go in the spring instead. So hopefully there'll be something left in come there. But yeah, I mean, I've been to Mannion, the actual brewery, and we did an episode on them. We like their peanut butter crunch porter. If Mark loves to hate their margarita goza.
It's terrible.
It's pineapple. It's not Mark's favorite.
It's awful.
But I had a sip of this. It's pretty amazing. I love the name too.
Video?
Yep.
So Cuvées usually have kind of like a white wine profile almost, and this one doesn't stray too far from that. It's a little bit sweet inside. We talked about when we needed a corkscrew, you find the young ladies with the Chardonnay, but that's almost where this kind of comes out of. It feels almost like a Chardonnay meets a beer.
Yeah.
It's fun the French on occasion.
Yeah, I definitely smelled it on the nose initially when I first poured it out. I could smell the French oak.
It almost smells like grape juice. It's really good. The dryness of it in the finish is like I immediately like more. I need more on my tongue. It just keeps going.
That's what this style should be.
Yeah.
It's meant to pop those guys out looking in the fields.
Yeah, it's very good.
And you, I believe you mentioned before we started recording that there's a little bit of apricot in here.
Yep, they did add some apricots, which I think goes well with the oak. They claim that it gets some good old bean.
I don't necessarily pick up vanilla bean.
Yeah.
You guys,
No.
I think that's, I think that might be a trace from the oak a little bit that you get, but I love the color of the Cuvée, and it's really clear too.
Yeah. I
It's got that
appreciate
nice golden yellow color to it.
I appreciate the fact it's only 5%.
Yeah, it's a good starter for today when we know we're going to be putting back some that are going to be a little bit heavier at the start of the session.
The apricots I think is lost in the level of sour for me. That's good. I don't super dig apricot, but God damn it, this is good.
Like apricots are really gentle flavor, subtle flavor anyway.
Yeah.
Like even if you're like licking apricot jam out of the jar, like it's still not going to be a super strong flavor.
No, and that's what I mean. I think that especially in a beverage like this, with the level of acidity that's in here, I wouldn't expect to find it very much. It's almost like they were like, hey, we have these apricots. They're going to go bad.
Yeah, let's get rid of these.
It's like the way Mark uses half of his pantry. Like, oh, this has been here for a little while. We're making this. This makes no sense, but we're going to throw it in here. It's going to taste awesome.
It's going to be delicious.
Yeah.
Just add more goju jam. And we'll be fine.
Yeah. Just put as much gochujang and fish sauce in as we can.
And it will be delicious.
Exactly. You had like the last time I saw you cook it, you put like this much fish sauce in, and I'm 99% sure you do that shit just to say you did it, because I can't imagine this much fish sauce going into what you
No,
cook
it's
at a
very,
time.
very
Is it
strong
really?
flavored.
Yeah.
It is not something that you ever want to put in your mouth by itself straight.
Sounds like someone did that.
You got to learn what the flavor is, right?
Well, like
true.
it's been from like when you pour a little bit of it out, it'll dribble a little bit. So like I ran my finger up the side of the bottle to clean it off, and I went, And I was like, oh,
Reminds me of what I,
Worse than sheer sauce or not, or better?
no, worse.
Intensive.
Worse.
it reminds me of the time I was helping you make that Prohibition Porter and I licked the LIV off my finger.
And I told you not to do that.
And I was like,
I'm like, you're not gonna like that.
I was like a dog that just like put his tongue into a cactus. And I'm like, ah!
Running around.
I was in San Francisco in '92, and I was buying a bunch of Sierra Nevada as rent for my friend's apartment for the weekend. And I was getting a giant bottle of Nook Mom. And this little Vietnamese woman goes, "You know what this is?" I'm like, "Yeah, fish sauce." Like, okay. You got a D? Like, you know, proving I'm buying 3 cases of Sierra Nevada and a bottle of Nook Mom. All right.
Sure.
What kind of weird shit are you up to this weekend?
All you needed was like, you know, a box of condoms and a roll of duct tape to go with that. You would have been like the ideal thing to purchase.
There you go. So how do we want to do this? Do we want to go around and rate these guys, or
Sure.
do we want to?
Why not?
Well, we said it comes in. Is there any other stats on that bottle there, Brian? It's over by you. I mean, he said it comes in at about 5%. But
Yep.
is there any other details we need to know about this fine beverage?
They use
Alcohol, I would think.
No.
Okay.
No, it says Belgian style sour ale. Other than that, we have the Surgeon General's wording, which I don't want to know anything about.
Now, is this one? This one doesn't look dusty. This one looks like it's a pretty new.
You said it got in March, yeah.
There you go.
And on the other side of the scale, and this was not planned, it's just the way this thing, that basement works out, is I got a Cascade apricot from 2009.
Oh,
If
damn.
you want to do compare and contrast on
No, I
apricot,
like that.
You want apricots.
You're gonna give me an apricot.
Hey, you like them apricots.
So to get this one out of the way, this is a growler for me.
I think I'm gonna go with you on the growler as well. It's so refreshing when you drink it that it's just gonna keep going. I'm not gonna stop until I say, oh man, I had way more than I should.
I can't lie, that from 750 it comes in as perfect. I would probably drink that whole thing by myself and fight people off.
You know what though? It's so light that you really could like knock down that 750 by yourself without problem.
Yeah, I would savor it open, which would create a very sharp portion at the top, and then
Right.
just thrust that into the people that are trying to drink it and take it away from them.
But then you might get their blood in your beer.
It sounds like a Viking type shit to do. But drinking it anyway.
There you go.
Fuck.
Yeah, but then it might not taste as good.
I don't know. One of my enemies always tastes good.
No, it really doesn't.
Oh, man. How about you, Mark? What are you thinking?
It is very good, but I'm gonna stay at the Bomber just because it's, I'm not a big wine drinker, and I'm very close to wine.
It's as close to wine as I can get.
Yeah,
personally.
it is very good. I just don't want more than a Bomber. But how about you, Brian?
I would definitely go with the growler, mostly because I probably end up sharing half of it.
Yeah.
There you go. That is in your nature.
But I do find it,
Apparently, at the other end of the spectrum.
It's fine. Oh my! I'll murder you if you take it.
I'd still share mine with you.
Yeah.
But I find it really balanced. I find it very refreshing on a day like today, outside, sweating.
Yeah.
This was absolutely what I want in my hand.
No doubt.
Thank God it's at least not quite as bad as it was earlier in the week.
Yeah, I'm excited for having a little bit of a reprieve from it being both 100 degrees and 100% humidity.
Yeah, it was not happy for me going back and forth between air-conditioned grocery stores to sweaty back rooms and back to air-conditioned grocery stores. I was less than happy.
That's called Swamp Ass Central. Damn, son, scared the shit out of
It wasn't just swamp ass. It
It's
was
all right.
swamp everything. I looked like Swamp Thing at the end of it. I was like, thing dripping off.
Oh, look at the color on that.
That is a beautiful color.
I'm going to guess that in 2009, if this were open, it was probably not that color.
I would think not.
Yeah, it pours out in a really lovely amber color to it now. Got
Wow.
little tones of red in it, a little bit of gold there too.
Did you make it to Cascade when you guys went to HomebrewCon?
No, and it was one of my great regrets.
Holy shit, how did you not get there?
It was just one of those things.
Oh my god.
What's where's HomebrewCon? Where was that at?
It was in Portland.
Portland? All right. There we go. That sounds like the perfect look. Like there or Denver seems like the perfect spot for homebrew
Yep.
convention like that.
Yeah, the only negative there is that they literally have homeless people as pets. They're just everywhere.
Yeah.
So
It's how they keep Portland weird, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it keeps things interesting on the sidewalk. You gotta keep jumping over them.
Yeah.
But even the homeless people there have weed, so it's cool.
Okay. Last time I was in Portland, I was trailing around 14 teenagers and trying to direct them to Voodoo Donut at 10 o'clock at night and keep the
You should
the
try to get a
members
keep
away.
a homeless person from dragging one of the young ladies into a dumpster.
I think Voodoo Donut kept that conference going because everywhere I looked, there were big pink boxes everywhere.
Everywhere.
When they legalized weed there, Voodoo Donut was like, holy shit, we got a franchise.
And they do. They have like 6 stores there. Like they're in Eugene, they're in Portland, they're in Seattle, they're in Eugene, they're all over the place now.
Top Pot in Seattle is my favorite.
Yeah.
I have my only time in Seattle was enough to get rent the car and then start driving down to Portland because it was a storm and I couldn't get through Portland. Oh, that was a disaster of a trip. I've told you guys.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, this pours out probably like a dark gold amber color, and when I mentioned earlier that it wasn't probably that color in 2009, the oxidation from storage probably darkened it up a little bit. You can definitely smell a little bit of sherry notes on it, but there's still this really great like farmyard like brick character.
Yeah, it definitely has some funk on the nose.
Yeah.
If I remember it right, it was a lot more tart.
This is not very tart.
Nope.
It's coming in. I feel like I've seen that bottle before.
Oh yeah.
It was probably that you had brought it to a convention and
Probably.
Well, I gave Glenn a bottle of that for his birthday a couple of years ago too, so that might be why you're hearing it.
Yeah.
Totally fucking.
I may have also given him one on the day of his bachelor party too.
Oh my god. That's $60 for beer. You're never gonna.
No, it wasn't.
No,
Well,
this is-
between the two bottles.
Yeah.
I'm just surprised at how not tart it is.
Well, yeah, that the Brett sits in there and that overtakes the lacto, and it starts to give you that more hay. I get like a lot of hay notes from it, and not exactly horse blanket, borderline.
No, I can see how it's getting to the beginning of that horse blanket range to it.
It's definitely more like dried hay Brett character than.
It's the top of the staples, not the bottom of the staples.
Right.
It's a good exercise in how Brett does eat things slowly, but eventually will eat everything.
Yes.
That shit will.
I actually got a shirt that says that.
Oh,
Brett
really?
eats everything.
From the beer clinic in Amsterdam. Yeah.
Nice.
That's amazing. My favorite. This is my favorite kind of like sour beer. One that started off tart and you sit on it and it gets this farmyardy character. I go berserk for this. This is wow.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is my last one too. So.
And the apricot's dead as fuck, so it's really good. There's no apricot at all. Like it's been murdered.
It's a great comparison to the York.
Yeah.
Yeah, I miss the apricot a little bit. Apricot is a flavor that I really like. I'm one of those people I can get like the bag of dried apricot and just eat the whole damn thing, and then probably spend an hour or two shitting. But it's just because that much dried fruit is just never good for your system. But
Your body's like, this is supposed to have some juice in it. Holy shit.
But
I
love the
apricots
apricot
too.
flavor, so I'm missing it a little bit.
I like them too, but generally the only time that I eat apricots is basically reserved to when I'm making cheese into a meal.
Okay, there you go.
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah. I see what you mean now.
Yeah. No, I understand what you're saying with it. I would like that apricot flavor to still be there a little bit. I think it would still make to have that little bit of sweetness come back with it would be really pleasing to me. But as it is, you said it. It's a really great progression to see. Like, hey, this is what started. This is what could become. I think that's interesting.
This is a great example of, again, kettle sours are really good. Mark and I like them. We make them. But when you have something that has
right over there.
yup, when you have something that has live cultures in it,
How it evolves over
what
time.
ends up happening over time is like you can't. There's no replacement for the time that went into what we're drinking right now.
Yeah. And going back to a helpful hint is if you buy a case of something, you can drink it each year and see how it goes. And once it gets to that point where you really like it, polish that thing off or see one or two. But that's not my problem.
That's gotta be that would probably be the hardest part of it for me because I feel like I would get to that point and then be like, oh my god, next year it might not be so good. I better drink it all right now and and possibly miss, and then I'd be racking myself and beating myself up on, you know what, it could have been better. It might have been better next year. Oh my god, what's gonna happen?
We've had a couple from mine that have definitely been like, oh fuck,
Yeah.
It's one year
Yep.
too long, basically.
Yeah.
But you know,
Hate when that happens.
I think
the
that
champagne
happened.
showers.
oh, that was me being an idiot. I had champagne showers for mustache, and I just forgot it in the back of the thing, and I brought it over. It was only like 6 or 8 months old. God, it was rancid. When the beer was fresh, it was amazing, but I don't know what demons lived inside of that. But you know, they did not like my refrigerator. And it wasn't the beer's fault. It was me for not drinking it when I was supposed to.
Well, I think we had a good experience with that when we did the vertical with the
Black Friday.
with the Black Friday. Yeah, we kind of went, oh, this is good. 1 year old was really nice. Here's one, hey, you just don't really need it. Like, don't wait that long. Just drink it.
So this one's on the downhill.
Yeah. Yeah, we were a little disappointed on that one, but that was a fun experiment as well.
The size of the bubbles in this blows my mind. Just if you scroll the head up, like all of the bubbles are the same, like way bigger than other heads you see.
I don't know. I didn't pour mine very aggressively. So
Yeah, I mean,
mine's pretty level out there. But I'm looking at your three guys and go,
It's not the size of the head; it's like literally the size of the individual bubbles. They're all like pretty big. Normally, like it's a lot finer.
yeah, it looks almost
Mine's
like
pretty fine.
Really?
fish. It looks almost like fish eggs.
Yeah, that's what I have in my glass. I have fish eggs. But this is an easy keg for me. I would want this pretty big. I would want this all the time in its current state. I would have to make a machine that could just transport the 2018 version of this to 2009.
Thinking about the flux capacitor or something.
Yeah.
Which you got to make sure is outside, not near the refrigeration units and not next to the regulators because it just messes with everything.
Gotcha.
Just note that.
I'll make a mental note.
Brian, what's your thoughts on this one? Where are you going to put this one?
I wish I had more of it,
Yeah. There you go.
but
Yeah,
I'm glad I got to share with you guys.
Do you think this is the basically? Would this be the moment where you would drink a case of this?
Oh,
You had a case
absolutely.
of it? Okay, yeah.
Oh yeah, you got to share this one.
That's how I feel about it. I wouldn't want to go any further with this. I mean, it could be even better next year, but it's so good right now that it's all got to go.
Well, I looked at it and I said, "Wow, 2009." Huh? And I said, "That's Cascade. It'll be fine."
There's enough shit living in there to kill anything. So
Well, I first ran into Cascade their first year at GABF, and I think I spent 45 minutes at their table.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
easy.
the same guy, Logan, was like, "Stop, drink this," and I didn't move for at least a half an hour and 45 minutes.
I listened to a podcast. I think it was Basic Brewing interviewed them out of HomebrewCon, and
Yeah.
they their whole process and the way they thought about it, and I mean, they put more thought into it than even I thought possible. So now I understand why you walk past the shelf in the store and it's like this $35 for the bottle. They're like, oh, holy shit! You literally took 4 years to make this beer before you released it. Okay.
Yeah, it shows.
I'm looking at the. This is the Cascade Apricot Ale, the Belgian Flanders style, from Cascade out of Portland, and it's a 9% alcohol. It's the 2009 bottling. I'm just looking at the label here. It says that it underwent 8 months of lactic fermentation in the and oak barrel aging, and then the apricots are fermented with this beer for an additional 3 months. So that's 11 months before it even goes into the bottle.
Yeah.
So this is really a 2008 beer.
Yeah. Brian just brought out bottles that make me super happy because I know they came from Europe and there's almost no adornment to them whatsoever.
Excellent. Mark, before we move on to it, Mark, what was your rating on this one?
I'm gonna go bomber for the Cascade Apricot as well.
Okay.
How about you, Kevin?
I think I'm going to take this one back to a bomber from the growler before, just because the flavor is a bit stronger to it. There's more to enjoy. There's more to enjoy with it, and so I want to. It's not going to be that same kind of slant. Like it's not just going to go down quite as easy as the other one.
It's not a flopper.
Yeah. There you go.
This is a thinker.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to pass this next one over to Mark while I finish up this last one.
What? So, can you tell us the origins of this mysterious bottle?
So that's a lambic made by a guy named Tommy Seff out of the Netherlands. He's from Den Helder. He's one of the nicest people I've ever met on the planet. He looks like he's like 18, because he probably is. And to be producing beer of this quality at that age, I can only imagine what 20 years on this guy's going to be.
So this is homebrew.
No.
He's got it. Oh, really?
Yeah, he's commercial.
Yeah, no, the ingredients are listed on here. So.
Well, I mean, I just didn't know if somebody got crazy as a homebrewer.
And Ardbeg is strawberry.
Okay. Now, how did you come across this bottle? Did you find this in a shop, or did you go hunt this guy down?
Oh no, I've been trading with the guys at the beer clinic in Amsterdam for many years.
Okay.
So they know when I come in, they've been ready to get going.
And you were telling me you trade them some American stuff, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just tons of the old Goose Island stuff. I gave them some barley wines. I gave them a rare.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I gave them a bunch. They're like, where can you come close? I'm like, all right, throw in 6 whiskey 12s and let's call it a day.
They're giving you more.
Yeah,
which is amazing. I mean, not that those are bad beers. It's just that it's obviously the reverse situation where we look at that and they're thinking of that as a Bourbon County rare where we wouldn't.
Well, I told them it was my 50th birthday and I got a reputation out for it. So if they came out on the plus side, I was absolutely okay with that. Just give me a prop when you pour it out for your friends.
Yep.
So I've mentioned the term bird tire on this podcast before, and I smell this, and this is 100% that. The aroma is. I don't think you're going to find many other things that smell like this.
Yeah.
No.
This guy is really doing great stuff, and he's already got a cult following.
I'm just going to clean out a little bit before I get it out.
Unfortunately, I drank the blueberry, but that was fantastic.
I can only imagine.
Oh, yeah. I have another one that is wood must. Not grape must. Wood must would not be good.
Dude, the clarity on this is also bananas.
Yeah. No, this is just knocking it out.
Isn't wood alcohol toxic to humans?
Sure is.
Yeah, I love the label. It's just a piece of sticky paper that looks like it was typed like with a hand typewriter.
Yeah.
Like someone just went. I picture like an old lady with the glasses, just click, 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 click out there with it.
The first year I came across them, I brought back I think 2-to-1 Cantillons to that, and the second time it was reverse. I brought back more Tommy's beer than Cantillons.
There you go.
Yeah, it's I'd say like a light golden color, very well carbonated as it should be, and like I said, the aroma. I mean, I don't know if you guys can comment on the aroma, but I'm like,
Closer?
Sure.
That's the word I'm looking for.
I'm like
a lid. Give me a beer lid.
I don't think that there's any other way to describe it other than bird time.
Yeah, and this one is 2 years old.
It does. It definitely has a little bit of that burnt tire, but the layers of aroma is something that you don't really get in anything other than lambic, and I think it's got to have to do with the various swings in the microbial population of the beer as it cools down.
Yeah, this is one of the toughest things that I found. And I wanted to like sours, and that burnt tire was just so off-putting. It took me 2 years to like.
Yeah, it's almost like a like sneaker.
Yeah.
Like it's really crazy.
There's no like it is an appetizer to someone who likes it. It's an appetizing way to describe something, but
there's no way to make it sound good. Like it's really weird with sours. Like when you talk about like burnt tire, horse blanket, and hay. Like I guess a little bit you can kind of get. I understand like some people, and I find it that way. Like you can almost find a little bit of enjoyment in like that fresh manure smell. Like when you go and buy a farm and like it smells earthy and a little bit sweet and a little bit sour in there. That makes a little sense to me. But something like this is just weird. It's weird. It's different. It's different.
This is also
counterintuitive.
This is also why when you enter something like this in a beer competition, if the judge isn't familiar with it, and if you smell this, the minute you smell this, you're like, all right, this is a 13. Like this, what did they do to this thing? There's a lot of shit living in here. Hey, Andrew, what's the lowest I can give? Like but it's spot on for what it's supposed to be. Oh, it's killer, right? Oh. The ticket talking about a thinker. If you thought the last one was a thinker, this one is like, let me have tiny sips of this and just write thoughts down. I need 4 sheets to write down this beer.
Yeah.
The thing that amazes me is how well the strawberry is present. Like strawberry is a really hard flavor to put into beer. Like we've had a couple different ones.
Yeah, it ferments 100%.
But it's just, I just find it's difficult to get the real flavor of a strawberry in there. Sometimes it comes off as a soured strawberry, and sometimes it comes off as like this little wisp of a strawberry that everything disappeared on it.
And then it was whatever the hell that thing was that we had from Hermitage.
Yeah, that one was. There was that one, and there was another one that we had gotten from out east that was just. They were not good.
Oh yeah, no, I know what you're talking about.
They were really well. The one from Hermitage also had rhubarb in it too,
right?
Which I think is what really threw it off. They were going for like that strawberry rhubarb pie combo,
Right.
which I understand, but that just didn't work. But this, like the strawberry flavor is so precise right there that it really tastes like there's that strawberry, like you're just biting into one.
It comes in right behind like the sour funky character, and then it kind of just sneaks in like, give a little strawberry to feed your palate. Oh man,
It's incredible.
Yep. It's also the last one. Oh, the only one, I should say.
yeah, I was gonna say, and it's 40 out of 240 on the bottle, so there were only 240 of this
Right.
made, and with lambics it's blended, so this isn't gonna happen again. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, they're close, but it's kind of like a snowflake, you know. You eat, I'm sure 39 could have been a little bit different than 40 too.
So, I'm going to pose the question to all three of you: is when they blend, when they're creating a blended beer, I know there's another name for him. I know it's not the brewmaster, but like the guy who's doing all the blending, are they looking to recreate the same flavor year after year and try to get as close as they can? That's what they're blending to, or are they just blending the different brews together to try to create something that is pleasurable for that edition?
I think it really depends on the person.
And the brewery itself too,
Yeah.
and what their goals are. I mean,
Well, that's what I meant by the person.
Right.
Yeah, I would think a larger commercial brewery with a product that like people are trying to go after over and over again. they're
Yeah, so,
probably
like,
gonna get
The New Belgian
Perfect
Lafayette
example,
that I've got here, like every year they're blending back towards their flavor memory of the previous year, and then they've also got a bottle from last year, but they're trying to account for the changes over the last year.
Right.
Next station.
Yeah.
So if it's if it's like a largely distributed brand, generally they're trying to blend towards that same like end game every time. But this guy
he's probably just trying to
is probably just making
ass.
something tasty. Yeah.
Yeah, and I do think with the Belgians, I think they have like you said, flavor memory, and I think that when they smell and taste certain things, that they know what else they can match that with to get a good.
Yeah, right. If I take number 1 and blend it with number 30,
And that's why they do what they do, and we don't do what they do.
Right. It's like basically I just picture a guy locked in a barrel room, and he just crawls around, and he's like a mole. He doesn't have eyes. He just knows where the different ones are.
Yeah. Well,
And
that's
just
that's like the guys that like blend like Scotch and bourbon and stuff like that. Like they're creating a flavor year after year. I know they're trying to create the same flavor year after year, and they know that, man, if I go to these barrels, they're going to create this kind of flavor for me, and the stuff that I've got in these barrels is going to give me a different element that I need, and they know how to pull this. I remember I was listening to one on Wild Turkey or Buffalo Trace or something. And even though it's like a big brand, they really do have a system of going through all that.
Right.
You guys ever been out to Belgium?
No.
Walking around those photos is quite the experience.
I can imagine.
Where are these guys out of?
They're
Fort
in
Collins.
Yeah,
Okay, Colorado.
and then they have the other facility down in Raleigh.
Okay.
Yeah.
We were lucky enough to get a VIP tour in 2010 when they were at Community App. And we gave our tour guide a bunch of beers that we brought out, and he's like, "Oh, we got to employee pricing." I'm like, "Case of La Folie, please."
Yes.
We'll take a case. Let's go.
And a T-shirt. It's a fish sauce.
Got ID. So I guess you're gonna have to plan another trip to get some more of this, huh?
Oh yeah, gladly, anytime.
Speaking of fish sauce, have you been in the H Mart in Jericho yet?
I've not. Yeah.
This is Mark's.
I saw Mark made a family field trip.
Mark's gonna get a tattoo on his ass of the logo.
I spent at least 2 hours in it.
I love places like
last Sunday.
Probably at least $200 too.
No.
No.
198.
It was ballpark.
I particularly enjoy Wandering Patel Brothers.
There's probably like
Oh, yeah.
180 between the groceries,
And
the
eating.
Closest without
and,
going over.
and then the hot lunch.
Yeah, and eating. So, all right. Yeah, I figured that. That's where I had you pegged. You like the status updates, the time, like they were like fucking 20 minutes apart. Like you and Amy, like from the place.
I wasn't even doing it.
Oh, it was
That
just Amy. Oh my god, Amy's like, takoyaki. Look, the different sizes. Like, fucking
Yeah, it was great.
You guys want to stick with Tommy Sapp?
oh, there's more of this guy.
One more.
Sure.
I'm not going to say no on anything. Right now.
All right.
That one's got a cork.
So let's do some ratings on this one
Oh,
before
yeah.
we and finish these up before we move on to.
It's going to take me a while to wrestle this thing out.
Yeah, it's capped and corked, so for safety. I'm gonna give this one a bomber. It's about a 27 stars out of 10, but a bomber because I don't think you can drink a lot of this.
Yeah, it's so complex that it really is just a sipping beer. And I'm with you. It's the bomber. Like, it's really good, but like it's
Yeah, I don't know. I think you need to know some
Yeah, here.
nuclear physics in order to use that one.
Yeah.
That's over the top.
it's really not if you know how to use it.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Exactly, just like nuclear physics. It's only 5% too, which is incredible. The amount of flavor you're pulling out of something that's 5%. I mean, for anybody who thinks you have to have a a high ABV beer to get all of that, all those layers of flavors into something.
I think most cans are pretty low.
Oh yeah, almost yeah. Most sours in general, especially from Belgium, tend to be on the lower range.
Dry Fontaines.
Well, a little different.
I mean,
Everybody's gonna get crunk once in a while.
Oh, yeah. It's all good, though.
Yes.
Brian, how about you? Where are you going to put this
Were you
the strawberry?
bomber for that as well?
Yeah, this is definitely a sipper. This is not something I would drink a lot of, but I would relish every sip.
I think for me, it's going to be a bomber. Also, I think the glass like this is great, and I'm probably going to make sure that I go back for that second one too, just because I'm a glutton. And it's such a delicious flavor. The mellowness of the strawberry and it coming through so cleanly is just incredibly impressive.
I'm going to rate this one a bomber, but I'm going to go back and change it to my love of Oreos because I will eat Oreos until even after they start tasting bad. Like I will keep eating them until they're all gone.
They don't taste bad. I mean,
No. After a while, you start to feel like
Oh yeah,
that's because you're a quitter.
I'm not a quitter.
after a while you get the diacetyl coating on your palate.
Yeah, I've eaten 2 full double stuffed family size Oreos in a sitting container, so I know how badly Oreos can fuck up your mouth. But I will keep eating them until they're gone, and that's the same thing I would do with this beer. Even though I think it would continue to taste good no matter what.
Yeah, and again, I think over the 2 years that it's been in the bottle, it's definitely changed quite a bit.
Oh really?
Do you have any kind of recollection of what it tasted like in maybe the first bottle that you opened of it?
It had a much stronger scent.
Really?
to it, yeah.
So the aroma dissipated.
Yep. But that's what usually happens is your food smell.
Right. Just the color on this one is
Yeah, the
Pretty
color
insane.
on this is just absolutely
Yeah.
ugly.
it's like Barney purple. It's actually slightly more purple than your cream ale.
Yeah, I would be
Yeah.
interested to put it
Yeah,
up
my
there.
cream ale is definitely more brown than this.
Yeah. The aroma is very similar to the last one. Tartness with some burnt tire mixed in, and then there's something else that I can't quite put my finger on.
Absolutely.
I feel like the burnt
finish it.
tire isn't as strong in this one.
No, it's not.
And he does have these labeled as good for these 10 years.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I saw on the last one it says 6/2/2026. It's labeled on the bottom. It says THT. I don't know what that stands for exactly. Probably like drink by date or something.
That just means like it's take these into the hole with you. It's these need to be in your bunker.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
It shows you that it was difficult enough for me to hold on to these for as long as I did
Right.
I can imagine.
because they're so delicious.
Mm. Yeah, this one's definitely lighter on the phenolics than the esters than the last one. What is the fruit in this one?
It's great must.
Oh, that's right. You said this one's real. Okay, yeah, that's exactly what it's like. It has a drier quality to it.
Yeah.
I'm reading the. You said it's Belgian, right? The guy or
Dutch.
Dutch. Yeah, I'm reading the words on the. I'm like, this sounds kind of. That word looks kind of like this. Yeah, I mean, English is a much of a mutt language as there is, so you get all sorts of weird words.
Yeah, I'm good with Dutch menus, but don't ask me to speak a word of it.
There you go.
I get slapped around for my mispronunciation.
Like I know what I'm going to order, and I'm going to.
I can only imagine when I put J, P, and T next to each other. I don't know what sound that makes.
Cool.
You ripped you. Yeah.
No, that's got an umlaut.
Oh, okay, sorry. And well, I mean, why the green bottles? I mean, why make the choice for the green bottle?
It's probably what we had available.
Yeah, just every time I see them, I'm like, oh my god, you just made it so much harder for me to keep this thing good.
It's very odd to find green bottles, but
There's a whole cult of people that are, like, especially fans of Justin King, that are all about skunk.
Really?
Yeah, it's weird. I don't understand it.
well, everybody's got their fetish as we were talking.
Yeah,
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, fish sauce and skunk beer, that's just a weird part. I don't want to be a part of that. I'll be honest.
Hey, Mark, you want to put some fish sauce in one of those jingling bottles and find out what happens?
Yeah, one of those Yinglings is like half empty.
Yeah, that one has the devil in it.
Yeah.
That one actually is going to not be safe for
I've
human
nicknamed that one Beelzebub. That one. We're never opening that one. It's going to live right there. It's never going to move
until it just completely evaporates.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna wait until it, like, the liquid line drops below the 1/3.
Ceiling cat drank that to stay alive.
No, ceiling cat would get a.
My cat was living
gain
in a ceiling.
superpowers.
Yeah, we literally had to trap it to get it out of the basement.
My cat got in through somewhere and was here for an extra week. And finally, Mark was like, "We gotta trap the fucking cat. We have to get the cat out."
Mm-hmm.
And we were at a bottle.
I told him we gotta trap the cat or I'm burning the house down.
We were at a bottle share, and all we get, I see a text pop in on his phone from his wife, and it says, "Ceiling cat has been captured."
With like 18 exclamation points.
Yeah.
I don't know how he was treating your ceiling as a litter box.
No, we left our litter box. He was definitely coming and using it because it was soiled. So it was. Thank God there was no stains.
Yeah,
You don't need a dookie in the rafters.
No,
No.
it's not needed.
the worst we had was a cat escape as we were moving from Glencoe to
Um,
Alright. We show up at the vet, like, I thought you were bringing 3. Like, yeah, 1 escaped.
Yeah.
He literally hulked out of his cat carrier.
Oh, jeez.
One's on the land.
He's hanging out somewhere in
It's like, we're not coming back, man.
Yeah. You don't want to come with us? Okay, cool. That's all good.
That's it. You're just gonna have to go
It's
live
more
around
food.
Teddy Roosevelt's house. Yeah.
It's more food for everyone else now. How did this hold up? This one.
Oh, I think it held up quite well. I don't actually remember too much of a change from it when I first got it. Might have been a little more tart, and again, have a little more aroma. I think it's aged pretty nicely.
We haven't any clunkers yet, that's for sure.
This one doesn't really have the. You're not getting that same sneaker or tire.
Much less.
aroma to it.
Much less.
It's definitely there in the aroma, at least to a much lesser extent.
Yeah, much less.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. It's such a significant decrease between the last one and this one.
No, but the last one smelled like somebody's vacuum, just like.
Oh yeah,
there you go.
Okay, you just suck the hamster into the vacuum and it's just working super hard.
Yeah.
But the it's almost just grape juice. It really doesn't come off with
A little bit of funk in there.
yeah. So, but it's
But it,
really
yeah,
subtle.
the grape juice is definitely very forward
Yeah.
or prominent. Prominent. That's the word I was looking for.
Forward prominent, you're good there. Look, you're not going to lose any points for that. The 13 on the bell's too hard, though you're fucked sideways.
That was a dumpster fire.
That was a dumpster fire. I'm so glad you said that out loud. You've been defending it up until now.
No, I meant the beer.
Oh, beer. Oh, fuck you.
I may have been harsh on the score, but it was bad.
No one agreed with you. Like, not one person out of, like, fucking 15, so.
I was not there. I cannot weigh in.
I didn't enjoy the beer, but I thought that it was a fairly decent IPA, and it was definitely on the shelf. Anyway, for those of you who don't know, I'm still mocking Mark for the for the exam, and it's mostly because
There
I'm
was
nervous.
chunks in my glass.
No one else had chunks. No one mentioned chunks. But I'm worried about my score, so that's why I'm mocking Mark. It makes me feel better.
I'm sure you'll be focused.
That just makes it worse, Brian.
It really does, because everyone says the same thing. They're like,
Everyone's telling me I'm fine.
everyone said to me, "There's no chance you didn't get a 70." Everyone said Andrew, Eric, everybody, and I'm like, okay, but now if I don't, I'm an even bigger piece of shit than I thought.
Justin,
So cool.
You're gonna get a 68. Fuck you.
Yeah,
That's what you're gonna get.
wonderful. Thank you.
That's what you're.
I'm
I'm
good.
here for you.
My guess is 77. That's my. I'll put it on record. My guess is that I got a
All right.
77.
I'm putting it in there with the Price is Right rules closest without going over.
Okay.
68.
I hope you get a
We'll know
77
sometime
because I
before
got
we're
78.
There you go.
This one is really enjoyable, but I feel like this one is falling victim to the amount of flavor that was present in the first 3 beers that we drank, that it's kind of getting a little bit overshadowed. And so maybe the subtle characteristics of this I'm not picking up as much. I still enjoy it, but I'm not going to rate it as high as I would the last couple. I think this one's going to be a pint for me.
Really?
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
Yeah,
It's absolutely-
I'm going to really enjoy it, and the quality of it is through the roof, but I don't think I'm going to go back to it the same way the last 3 years have made me want to
That's
go
true.
back for more.
Yeah,
And that's
I
all
agree.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Bar's been set.
You know, what's
Yes.
that?
The bar has been
The
set.
gauntlet has been
You
thrown.
know, I think that the apricot really threw it down. It was like the second apricot, the Cascade one, really threw it down. Like, man, this is so complex, but still so incredibly drinkable. And now with this one being a little bit more, just not as forward with all its flavors, I almost feel like, man, I'm a little bit lost here. I need something more straightforward to come at me and be like, hey, this is what we want. But
Yeah.
I am insanely enjoying it. I'm not going to go for that second.
I'm still going to go bomber on it, but I agree with what you're saying. It's definitely of what we've had so far. It's the one that I would go back to last. But if I just had that hanging out, I would still be like, this is fucking amazing.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, we're on the same page there. How about you, Mark? What do you think on this one?
I'm with you, Kevin. It's just a pint for me, and that's mostly because of my personal preference. Like, wine and beer mixed together is just really not my thing. Like,
Okay.
I definitely get like some hints of tannin out of this,
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a little bit.
and I don't like it. I don't want it in my beer.
Mark's going to pull out the get off my lawn card on this one. There you go.
That's pretty interesting because a lot of people are doing a lot of wine beer.
Hybrids.
Right.
Yeah,
And do we
Amalgamations.
taste
Is
it?
that what you're looking for?
No, I know.
Yeah, it was. Thank you.
No, right.
And I actually put another one back that was a brewery one. So I'm glad I did.
Yeah, I'm aware the brewery is like one of the ones that does a lot of that. One of my cousin's wife's brother works for Miller Coors, and I've had like some beta beers from them that have been like 40-something% blends with red or white wine, and like, well,
So even red wine for you, no good?
I prefer white over red.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I like, as you're aware, I love me some really shitty red wine at a all-you-can-drink pizzeria. It's really
Yeah.
I was telling my, I was
You would like
getting how much I loved my wife. It was like, it's unreal how fucking hammered I was. Holy shit! I had like 4 carats of wine by myself.
Yeah,
It's
you
not a
were
good- not a
going
good situation.
deep with that.
Yeah,
Good.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Have you guys lead off?
I'm
sure.
good. I
Definitely.
yeah, I'll handle that while you fight with that bottle. While you're fighting with the bottle,
Yeah.
can you?
Do we need some flyers? Or has it got enough pressure?
Need somebody.
Looks like it's shimmying a little bit.
Holy shit! It's not my last time. Bought it.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I mean, for everyone at home who doesn't want to get on a plane to grab some stuff like this, as Brian mentioned, there's the brewery, there's Jester King.
Jester King can be hard to find,
Jester King
especially
is
on the
hard
East
to find.
Coast. I know
Yeah.
that.
The only time I've ever gotten a bottle was in Philly, actually at the Coterie. I got that funk metal. That wasn't particularly great.
No, it wasn't.
But I've heard great things.
You
I'd
get
like to
anywhere
try.
there?
Yeah, you want to give it a shot?
Oh, it's moving. And Mark has hands that can break a toilet.
Good.
Don't let him hand tighten anything.
No, you can seriously. That's not even a joke.
Well, no, like I know Justin was all excited, like those bidet attachments that I got for the toilets.
Yeah.
I know this is a lovely thing to talk about on Beard Podcast, but you know, they came with like a plastic wrench for you to tighten up the nuts. I was like, what do you need that for?
You probably snapped 3 nuts and like, fuck it, got a Home Depot.
So let's have beer. Do go together.
I didn't break them because I didn't use the wrench.
Oh.
I just finger tightened them. And guess what? Nothing leaks.
Yeah, that's pretty scary, actually.
Brian, we didn't get your final rating on the grate.
I agree with you guys. I think it kind of got lost amongst the others, but it is a very well balanced and delicious beer. And it just wasn't as complex as the others, but you're right. I enjoy it. I think it's definitely one I would enjoy to the end.
Oh, yeah.
So what is this mystery bottle that we have now?
This is Raspberry Harvest 2016 from Code Brewing.
Where's Eat Brewing?
And where is that out of?
It's a good question. I didn't check. There's
Okay.
another one that was recommended by Yan over at Beer Point. And anything that guy says I need to bring home.
It's from another country, I know that.
It doesn't have a label.
Yeah.
So-
Brewery to Verzet.
So when you bring stuff from overseas, do you ship it back to your home, or do you just load up your luggage and like wrap it all up in like t-shirts and say like fragile?
Goes in clean laundry and comes back in dirty.
Okay.
Thermal
So it's not a
socks
horse
are-
blanket that we're smelling. It's some other.
Thermal socks are your friends.
Okay.
2 thermal socks, 1 up, 1 down, roll it in a t-shirt.
Ah,
Put them side to side, shoulder to shoulder. If they can't move, they're less likely to break. I have not lost anything other than a my technique can. Delsey luggage, by the way, fantastic. I just retired one about 2 years ago that I can't even tell you how many pounds of beer it holds. But every one of my bags weighs about 48, 49 pounds.
There you go.
And it's almost always 30-something pounds of beer.
Do you bag them or anything like that? Do you
Nope.
like wrap
Nope.
no plastic or anything to keep?
Two thermal socks, cans. If you travel with cans, Ziploc those things. Because
Yeah, it's a pressure change, right?
no, just those edges.
Yeah. Okay.
I've had cans fail just in shipping.
Okay.
Yeah, if the bottles can't move too far sideways or upwards or downwards, in that Delsey, it's a 22-inch. I could fit 6 750s and probably either a couple of 12s and a couple of 22s.
Okay. See,
Yeah.
this is the kind of knowledge that I need to acquire. This is important to me.
No, I've been flying with beer since 2000.
And you check that stuff, or that gets checked?
You gotta
and
check
those-
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2006, I think it was. They changed the rules about 10 days before I was going to Belgium. Like, re-emailing everybody. I'm like, I can't bring this anymore. I can only bring you that.
Yeah.
Like, damn Al-Qaeda.
Okay, you're ruining my beer.
They are.
My beer muling.
They
You
totally
ruined everything.
Figured it out. But yeah, I lost a 22-ounce Pesh Mortel going into Amsterdam. It forced itself out the crown cap. So I had to do luggage as soon as I got into Amsterdam, which was fun because it was coin operated.
Oh, no.
Trying to figure out all the instructions in Dutch. I don't know who was more disappointed, me or Joris Patton, who was the designee of that bottle.
Oh, yeah, that would be a bummer.
Yeah, Joris is, he literally wrote the book on Lamberts. He's out there, I don't even know if it's on Amazon or if it's just a hard copy that's no longer in existence. But
It makes it. They no longer exist.
he wrote that with,
what country is it? It no longer exists.
I think he wrote it with Tim Webb. Here's a payoff in there. And I've been trading with Joris for 15 years now. Haven't seen him in a while, but really good dude.
To me, there's literally not a fucking thing.
There's nothing.
Other than the tag that was around the end of it, which
Yep.
might have been from another fucking bottle, for all we know.
No, this
Yeah.
is definitely a raspberry beer.
Well, no, I know. I'm just saying, like, if this were in a store, could you imagine?
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
exactly. But no, I love the nose on this. Like it's got a really nice raspberry aroma
Yeah.
This is by far the darkest of the beers that we've gone through.
so far. Yes.
It is a brown.
but it's got like really nice ruby highlights.
Yep.
Oh, that aroma is nuts.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That might be the most real raspberry flavors aroma that I've ever gotten off of beer.
Mark, you need to go upstairs and get your pH meter. I don't want the fucking pH in this.
I haven't calibrated
It's low as fuck. Oh my god.
It is pretty damn low, yeah.
This might be harder than Checkpoint Charlie. Is that
No.
No, you don't think so?
It's
close.
It's close.
Yeah.
It's close.
Do you know who's gonna love this beer? Steph. My wife's gonna lose her mind.
Holy
Is she
crap,
coming
that's
with?
hard.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Her, Jake, and her are gonna come by.
Oh, that's hard. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's killer. Oh man. This is so.
Well,
this I think
let
is
me,
what.
let me retract. It may be, the pH may be less just because it might be a blend between lactic and acetic,
Right.
whereas Checkpoint Charlie is just all lactic.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, there's definitely some seed in this.
I think this is what most people think of when they think sour beers. I mean, I've had so many people tell me, I don't like sour beers. And I'm like, you literally just haven't tried enough of them.
Yes.
Not because maybe they don't, but there's so many variables. I mean, just in the bottles that we have on this table, the differences
Yeah,
between them.
it's such a broad category.
I mean, it's not, it's sort of like saying I don't like IPAs. There are a high variance in IPAs, but not nearly the level that there is in a sour category.
Good
I mean, if you think about it, there's how many sour categories are there? There's actually like 4 or 5 distinct sour categories by themselves.
And I think you're right. I think the two categories that polarize people, especially new to craft beer, the most are sours and IPAs.
I just took one little sip on this, and you're right. The acid on it is severely strong. It's really, really strong. But the aroma smells right like I'm standing outside the raspberry bushes in my dad's backyard. Like there's right like I'm right now. Like my head is neck deep in them.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna go back. I gotta go back for another sip of it, but I had to give myself a minute to breathe for it. I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
I'll breathe out of that one.
It hits you when you drink it. It's kind of like a little bit of a punch in the face, especially being, we were sort of setting it up with this funk before, and now we're into the acetic and lactic category.
Yeah,
It's definitely
this
a
is
different area.
this is just dry and tart. I love this shit.
Yeah, this is. I tend to appreciate all of it. I like this. I have to say, if I'm going to pick one, I would go more towards the Brett side than the lactic side, but I still love this. I think you're a little the reverse of that. You like more of the lactic than
I do
Brett.
like bright character and whatnot, but I really like when you've got a really tart beer that just has those layers of acidity. Like this isn't just the one note of lactic. Like I love Checkpoint Charlie, but it's one note lactic.
Yeah.
But when you get the complexity in there of some acetic acid in there as well, like I just love that. That's also why I really love the liquid container so much, is because we put the malic acid in there to drop the pH before adding the lacto. And so you've just got the 2 layers of the different acids in there. I just love that.
Yeah, it definitely has the more complexity than your standard sour. The part that I really like is the addition of the fruit and how well the fruit plays with the acidity.
Oh yeah, no, it really makes the raspberry pop.
Now, Brian, do you think that, because this has started out so lactic and acetic, that aging wise, you would want to drink this on the newer side?
It's a good question. Again, I wish I knew, because again, that's the only bottle of it I have. But it would be interesting to find out.
The tag does say it's best before February of 2027.
Okay.
Yeah, so they got some confidence in it. And I think it would age along the lines of a Rodenbach, where the acetic does tend to come out a little bit more.
Right.
I do love Maple Black the Grand Cru though.
I'm so happy they brought back the Alexander.
Oh yeah, you can get it now pretty regularly.
Yep, I even had it on tap recently.
Really?
Oh, really?
Where did you have it on tap?
In the city.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Wow. I can't imagine that on tap.
That's gotta be pretty great.
Yeah.
That tap line's fucked forever, because they're never going to clean that one.
Yeah, just rip it out and rip
No, Rodenbach's pasteurized.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. That'll be fine. I was going to say, they're going to throw like a Sierra Nevada on there, so it's going to be like, what is this?
What is happening?
Speaking of pasteurized, we should probably move off the lead. We probably should have done that first.
It was probably too cold to drink at first.
Yeah.
No, I mean, before this one.
Oh,
This
yeah.
one.
Based on the sweating that's occurred on that bottle, I'm pretty sure it was probably sub 40 degrees.
Well,
yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I am the one. I am sweating almost as much as these bottles over here, but part of that is just like the excitement sweat like that. It's like somewhere between excitement and meat sweats for me right now. I'm really enjoying all these, but I think I spent a little bit of time thinking about that kind of that Brit character versus the acetic, like you guys have been talking about, and I don't know if I necessarily I'm saying I like one rather than the other. I think where I'm kind of finding my experience to be the most pleasurable is if I stick with A or B. I feel like the fact that I'm trying to switch back and forth to them right now is the part where not that my palate's getting confused, but it's just like it's working hard. It's working really hard.
You need some crackers.
Oh yeah, you know what?
That might be a really great idea.
I am. I think my tongue is cramping.
Yeah, but I feel like my taste buds are really working hard to figure out what's going on right now. So it might be a more enjoyable session to me if I said, "Oh, hey, I'm going to stick with A verse or B," rather than kind of bounce back and forth. But I am not complaining in any way. That is not. I think that is just like me trying to think like, how can I manage in the future to make a most enjoyable session?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not knowing what any of these are, literally one of the beers that we pulled out today, I've known what the. Thank you so much.
We're gonna have some bonus
Yeah,
crackers.
yeah.
Bonus crackers. Here.
Exactly. These are the #1 butter cracker in the country.
If you haven't picked up on it yet,
I may or may not cash checks that come from Nabisco.
Right.
But this one is I really like it. I just feel like I'm almost getting a little beat up by it versus what we had earlier.
I kind of like that though.
I do. I
I
like.
know you're into the pain. I understand.
I like my. I don't know if it's just everyone knows I like hot food, so it's sort of, I think it's the same thing. I like these weird flavors and just getting the shit. My tongue
The better salt you
How do you
Yeah,
keep,
right. That's the
how
way
many
to
are
put it.
in there? You keep pulling the bottles.
No. Brian has these
Have you not met my cooler?
Yeah,
No, I haven't met your cooler specifically.
He's
It's
talking
magic.
about luggage before. I'm pretty sure he's got that shit from Harry Potter where you can just keep loading it up and it stays the same size and stuff just keeps coming out of it, like the clown car of fucking coolers.
Yeah, my D&D friends will say it's a bag of holding over there. Everything comes out. Amazing.
There's definitely maximum density coming over.
Do you want to crack the lock, Lee?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
Should we rate this guy here?
Yeah, good point.
Brian, why don't you start us off on a rating on this one? You haven't given us a first thoughts on it.
Yeah, this is definitely a sipper. It's not a mass quantity beer by any means. It's very acidic. It's a little challenging. It is, as you mentioned, it's a little palate challenging.
Yeah.
But for what it is, it's right on the line. It's everything I want. It's checking all those boxes for a brown, especially when it's last one.
So try to use some of our very high-tech nomenclature here. Where are you putting this?
So the options are what? Pint,
Yeah.
growler.
Pint,
Taster was out of the question.
Taster, pint, bomber, growler, tin.
All right, this is a bomber.
So how about you, Justin? I'm sorry, I caught you mid-chew. Mark. Mark's not chewing right now. Go for it, Mark.
I will give that one a keg, honestly. I would
Really?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that beer.
I'm gonna second the tag.
I would be very happy to have that on demand.
This one I can't go that high. I've got to back off to it and probably go with the bomber on this one, just because of how strong the acidicness is on it. I love it, and I love the aroma of it, but I think I need to back off it just a little bit to say.
I want the same thing done with like blueberries. Pick all the fruits and just make it like I'll buy all of it.
All of the fruits.
All the fruits.
I'll bring you a Beauregard
Yuzu?
on Wednesday.
Really, a Beauregard? Is it Burning Violet Beauregard?
It's a brewery blueberry blonde.
I thought we drank all those.
It's one of my two favorite breweries.
Oh, that's amazing. So you know that our blueberry chili sour is Burning Violet Beauregard. That's the name of the beer.
I didn't know that, but that's hilarious.
Yeah.
If you enjoyed Beertastic Voyage, please be sure to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, and don't forget to review and rate us. The guys can be found online at www.beertasticvoyage.com, on Facebook at www.facebook.com/beertasticvoyage, and Twitter and Instagram at Beertastic Show, or send them a good old-fashioned email at beertasticvoyage@gmail.com. Thanks for listening, and cheers for local beers.